After 90 years, J.R.R. Tolkien's translation of Beowulf, the epic Old English poem, and by epic I mean long, will see the light of day coming out this year. Now, people might be confused as to, well, he didn't write Beowulf, but this would be his take on the translation.
Yeah, so this was something that he did in 1927, kind of just for fun, because he was...
come on, that's the most Tolkien thing to do.
Yeah, he was a linguist and a scholar, and you know, you can definitely see the influence of Beowulf in Lord of the Rings. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of actually very direct comparisons, both in terms of the storyline and just the overall setting and tone and the language.
He was inspired by many epic Old English tales, and this itself is, well, it's a literary tale, but still it's a classic, and it's people everywhere know what it is and what it's based on. It seems pretty natural.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it will be really interesting to see what his translation looks like, because
more orcs.
Well, you know, it's when you do a translation of something that's in Old English, there are different ways that you can go with it. The story is always going to be the same. The gist of it is always going to be the same. But the words that you choose to express what the original poet meant can kind of put a very different tone on it. So for a long time, the kind of primary one was by Burton Raffel. Mm-hmm. And that was like what scholars used for a long time. And then in 2001, Seamus Heaney did a different translation, which everybody was like, oh my God, this is amazing, we love this.
I probably should have mentioned before you started talking that you are a huge Beowulf fan.
I'm a huge Beowulf nerd.
And you've published stuff online about it.
I have.
At
actually directly relating to Tolkien and how Beowulf relates to Tolkien. Uh-huh. I used to run like fan discussions on a forum. But just humor me for a second to show the difference between two translations.
Please.
So the Burton Raffel one, I'm just going to read the first 4 lines of the poem. Hear me. We've heard of Danish heroes, ancient kings, and the glory they cut for themselves, swinging mighty swords.
Okay.
Okay. Then in 2001, Seamus Heaney translated those same 4 lines into, so, the Spear Danes in days gone by and the kings who ruled them had courage and greatness. We've heard of those princes' heroic campaigns.
No, I like the first one.
Also, they're really, really different.
They're really different. So those are taking the same words and just using different linguistic knowledge and different poetic license. It puts a completely different spin on it. So
this would be Tolkien in 1927 speak.
Right. So I guess the point that I'm trying to make is those two translations are so vastly different. I can't wait to see what Tolkien did with it.
Cool. Well, I mean, it'll certainly be, if we have any evidence in previous literary iterations from Tolkien, pretty epic, pretty flowery and elegant.
It should also be noted that in addition to his translation, this publication will also come with transcriptions of lectures that he gave at Oxford, University of Oxford in the 30s, as well as his own short story, Selic Spell.
I think people would be really excited to read whatever Selic Spell is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I did my own Beowulf translation once. I just took Raffel's version and I copied it into Google Translate, Japanese, and then back again. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah? What is it about?
It's out there.
Goats?
No, I don't remember any goats, but I didn't read very much of it. So.
Well, that sounds
worth a try.
No, that sounds terrible. I'm going to wait until the 22nd for Tolkien's version to come out. Let us know what you think of this new literary translation, and please be sure to subscribe.